Hi, I'm Prash. Green premium is essential to solving climate change. What is green premium? Green premium is basically the difference between the cost of a product that is in the process of emitting carbon versus an alternate one that doesn't. So it's basically the difference between the cost. That's basically called green premium. To give you a very simple example, take the fuel of a jet engine. The retail price is basically about $2.22, and the advanced biofuel for the same jet costs about $5.35. So the difference between the cost is basically green premium, and it's about $3.13. So why is green premium important? It's important because it's going to help us eliminate all the carbon emissions in the atmosphere. And the higher the green premium is, for example, in countries like India and Nigeria, where they're first of all poor countries, and the energy demands are growing higher, and these are specific places where it's going to discourage or push us farther away from having a low carbon future. And we basically need a lot of innovation to sort of close the price gap. And two very important examples where green premium is very useful is, okay, so today, as of now, the world is predominantly dominated by high green premium when it comes to electricity, and we still need innovation to solve that. But having said that, there are two compelling cases in the US and Europe where they found, one study found where in Europe, if through decarbonization, if you decarbonize the power grid to the degree of 90 to 95%, the cost for the average consumer in an average household in Europe goes to up to about 14 euros per household. That's the surplus, and in the US that's about $18 additional for a typical household, for an average household. That's the additional amount of money they'll be paying per month. But the interesting case here, the positive case here, is basically that in US and Europe, they'll be producing carbon-free electricity, and they'll be paying about a few cups. The price that they will be paying is basically comes up to about a few cups of coffee per month. That's basically it. Crazy as that sounds. Basically green premium once we figure out how things go with green premium, it might possibly behave like a roadmap, and that might create this path to help us get to zero carbon emissions, which is basically what we're looking for, a zero carbon future. And in terms of the manufacturing industry, for cement basically emits carbon dioxide in two ways. One is fossil fuels. Okay, fossil fuels have to be burned to create cement, and cement during the process of creation have some chemical reactions, and that process basically emits a lot of carbon dioxide. So at the moment, we do not have an outlet to producing cement without emitting carbon. But we have a temp fix, which is basically carbon capture storage, where we basically capture the carbon and stash it somewhere. But that process is a very expensive process, and that costs about between 75% to about 140% of the total amount. And there are companies with deep pockets, and if they're interested, they can probably use this process. But otherwise, it's a crazy thing to even think about. With the steel industry, it's basically the same thing. And so as of now, in the manufacturing industry, they do not have any sort of ways to scale down the cost to make it affordable for the green premium. And innovation, again, is needed here in the manufacturing industry to solve this issue. And the most important thing here is there are different ways to basically bring down the cost of a green premium. The government can bring in policies where it helps reduce the cost of clean energy products while increasing the cost of fossil fuel-based companies, so that they encourage more clean energy resources. That's from the government point of view. And from the corporate side, where investors are involved, there can be a lot more investors investing in research and development, and they can invest in clean energy startups, etc., to fuel things from their direction. And people in general, they can also say, for example, if people choose to buy an electric car or plant-based burgers as opposed to buying the conventional one, which is way more inexpensive, people basically are telling these car companies, these electric car companies, or these plant-based burger companies that, hey, you know what? There's a demand for for electric cars or plant-based burgers. So continue making more of this so that we all can buy them. And through this, the electric car company or the plant-based burger company can invest more in research and bring down the cost of their products so that it can be affordable to the general public. So eventually, yes, premiums are not for everybody and not everybody can afford it. But if you happen to be a person who can afford it, you definitely contribute in a very productive way to bringing to a zero carbon future. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you're still watching it, and hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comment section what was useful specifically that you found about Green Premium, if at all you found something useful. Thanks for your time so far. You'll see me very soon. Bye bye.